About 3 years ago, I was a sophomore in high school. I took this really cool class called Healthcare Occupation. It is where you learn about the different types of drugs, what type of medicines. Also has to deal a lot with type of people you are dealing with, just depending on the type of field you're going into. And we had this really cool clinical that our teacher did. We had this little area where they had a bunch of beds and they had mannequins. And so we did a bunch of cool clinicals where we would have to empty like this little carton of yellow liquid. We also had to do a lot with self-introduction. Self-introduction is what I want to talk about. We had to do this clinical where we would go up to the patient, the mannequin, and we would have to introduce ourselves. We'd have to present our name, what we were gonna do for them. Like, for example, if you're a physical assistant, then you'd be like, I'm here to help you stretch for the day, or help with certain type of whatever you're going into. And we had to do that at least until we were super comfortable with it, about like 10 times. And self-introduction is very important. It comes handy with a lot of what we do in our daily life. Self-introduction is page 11, chapter 1 of the Norton Field of Speaking. I also had this really cool opportunity to apply for my first ever job, and I had got a call back maybe about the same day about an interview. I was super excited, super ecstatic, but this is my first time job. I have no idea what they're gonna ask me, what my goals are, or my motivations for this job. I had searched up online different type of questions that people ask in interviews. I had rehearsed over and over to myself what I should say, what are my motivations, and how can I really be qualified for this position I'm applying for. The next day I went in and I gave this beautiful speech. I used the topics of rhetorical situation with delivery, audience, the purpose, the context, and a couple other topics there. I had done that and I ended up getting hired on the spot. That is very important to know who your audience is, how you deliver the speech, making sure you're interesting talker and not boring, making sure that you know what you're talking about and your purpose. Rhetorical situation is page 6 of chapter 1 of the Norton Field of Speaking. Another topic that I found really interesting is presentations. About, I want to say a year or two ago, I had done this presentation for my senior year. It was supposed to be a presentation for what our motivations were for when we start college, what fields we are going into, and the goals, our end goals, career goals. I had such a hard time. I had no idea what I was going for. I did include that I did healthcare occupation. Healthcare occupation was really fun, but I wasn't quite sure. I wanted to go into the nursing field, but I didn't know what I wanted to do in the nursing field, like being a nursing assistant or a surgical tech, or different types of nursing fields. I had no idea what I wanted to be, and I had no idea how to present this in front of my senior class. And I was super unprepared. I had no idea what to write about. I eventually figured out what I wanted to be. I ended up writing down my goals, my motivations, and how I was going to accomplish my career, but also with how I was going to accomplish college. When I had started the college, I had done a bunch of really cool classes that I've been able to be in. Such an honor. Along with doing a lot of presentations. Presentations are very important. You need to know what you're talking about, the purpose, the context, everything. Presentations is your main goal on how you get what you want. For example, like if you are trying to apply for a promotion in college, you need to have a presentation showing why you are fit for this job and what you can do to be better in this position. And honestly, public speaking is really, really important. It helps build with skills, confidence, critical thinking, opportunities, leaderships, and whatever different field you are going into.